Back here at Sal Magley Stadium for game number 2 of a doubleheader, a 7-inning doubleheader here on Education Day at Sal Magley Stadium in Niagara Falls, New York. Jace Burden on the mound for the Americans, and he hits London Prashad to start game 2 here. Not the start the Americans were hoping for, coming off of a tough loss in game 1. So here's Peyton Panazzo batting second, now with Prashad at first. Good speed at first in Prashad. Reaches on the hit by pitch. Panazzo, switch hitter again, batting from the left side. Prashad hopping off first. Takes off for second. Throw down from Snuz. Not in time. Prashad a stolen base on the first pitch of the at-bat to Panazzo.
Pretty good throw there from Snuz. Just Prashad a better jump there. Runner in scoring position already, 2 pitches in.
Again, the Americans lost a tough one in game 1, 15-3 to the Ironbacks. That one's taken outside for a ball. In that first game, just 4 hits for the Americans. 10 for the Ironbacks. It's Jace Burden against Peyton Panazzo. Here's the pitch, flown out to left field. Out of play. Fouled on the left field line.
Yeah, the Americans had plenty of walks and hit by pitch. The only problem was it felt like the Ironbacks had the same, if not more.
Burden, a good start last time he threw. Scoreless, 4 scoreless, steps off. Prashad definitely dancing off second, making him want to pay him some attention. Pitch to Panazzo. Drilled to right field. It's a base hit. Prashad going to be held up at third. Ball got in quickly from David Harris in right. And the Ironbacks are set up first and third here to start the top of the first.
Yeah, once again, Tom, we keep talking about it just being behind in the count. 2-1 there. Just throw it inside. Got enough on it. Probably would have been a bang-bang play at home, but no outs, no reason not to hold them.
Yeah, no reason to get thrown out there on the first chance you get at a run scoring. So here's Kieran Cutler. Didn't start in game 1, now in the lineup for game 2 behind the dish. Takes that one up and in for ball 1 against Jace Burden. Burden comes to the Americans from Hilbert College up in Hamburg. Pick off to first, back in plenty of time.
Certainly seen plenty of pick-offs, from the Americans in that first game.
Burden from the stretch. Panazzo at first. Good threat to run. Stays where he is. That one just misses up and in. A warm one here, mid-80s, Sal Magley Stadium. Heat advisory until 8 p.m. tonight in Niagara Falls, New York. Here's the pitch. Inside. Ball number 3. Burden in his 3rd appearance as an American this season on the bump. Here's the 3-0. Inside, ball 4. So the first 3 runners have reached for the Ironbacks, looking very similar to what happened in game 1 already.
Yeah, the only difference is the Americans held him scoreless through that first inning, 0-0 through then. Then the hitting came for the Ironbacks. Certainly a good spot here.
Here's the 0-0 to Sursta. Popped foul out of play. Down the third base side.
Eight pitches, only 2 strikes so far for Burden, really struggling to find the zone.
Burden wearing number 81. Here's the pitch. Tapped foul. Back behind home. So it'll be an 0-2 to Sursta. Getting the start here in game 2. Here's the pitch from Burden. Ripped into center. Coming out is Jesmondi. He'll make the play. Prashad will tag. Throw will go into third. So it's a sac fly for Mateo Sursta. And the Ironbacks lead 1-0 here in the top of the first.
Yeah, 0-2 count, but it just really felt like Burden left that one way too much over the plate. For the Americans, it goes right to Jesmondi in center field, but a run does score.
There's the first out of the inning. Caleb Locatelli steps in. He'll get the start. Came into game 1 off the bench. Now he's starting in right field in this one. Locatelli was a hit by pitch. Had a hit by pitch in his one at bat in game 1. There goes Panazzo for third. Snuzz is going to throw to second. That throw in time. Throws behind the runner. And makes an accurate one, throwing out Kieran Cutler at second.
Both catchers now Snuzz, Finger earlier in this game. Both have gotten a runner out. Big second out here.
Huge second out to put an end to 2 runners in scoring position. What could have been. So now 2 outs. Burden fires in a strike. Now starting to command the zone a little bit more than he did at the start. Here against Caleb Locatelli, a 1-1 count, 2 outs. Locatelli from Thorold, Ontario. Fastball up, misses. Locatelli, a sophomore at Erie Community College, played 29 games this year. Batted .268, 11 hits, 14 runs scored. 7 steals as well. Burden, slider outside corner, cut on and missed by Locatelli. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top half of the first. Game 2 of a doubleheader here at Sal Magley Stadium on Education Day. Here's the 2-2. Slider just misses low. Burden didn't get the call. So now it will be a 3-2.
Like that slider he threw on that 2-1. Let's see if he goes back to it.
Burden from the stretch. Deals. Fastball up and in. Hit to shallow right. Coming over. Salcido coming in. Harris calls everybody off and makes the play. A nice catch by Dave Harris to end the inning. Not before 1 run on 1 hit. No errors and 1 man left on base. 1 man left on base. After half of an inning, the Ironbacks lead the Americans 1-0 here on the Americans Sports Network.
The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank Coca-Cola for their support this season. Known for its refreshing bubbles and iconic flavor, Coca-Cola is the world's best-selling carbonated soft drink. Snag a Coke right here at the Sal Magley Stadium concession stand and make your game day even sweeter. Sammy's Pizzeria has been family-owned and operated for 3 generations since 1962 and are the originators of the 1/2 tray of pizza. The Americans would like to thank Sammy's for sponsoring the team this season. Pick up all your favorites right across the street from Sal Magley Stadium at Sammy's Pizzeria. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank TLC Pet Food for their continued support. Specializing in nutrient-dense recipes, TLC Pet Food offers dog and cat food with fresh ingredients and added probiotics. Find the whole life dog and cat formulas for your furry friend at tlcpetfood.com.
Welcome back inside Sal Magley Stadium, home of the Niagara Falls Americans. A really good matchup here in terms of new teams in the PGCBL. We talked about it last game. The Americans now in their 3rd season, the Ironbacks in their 2nd. Go over the starting lineup for the Americans. Anthony Savino will lead things off for the Americans. Derek Jesmondi will bat second place center field. Batting third, David Harrison. Right, Cooper Rowell will bat fourth, playing third. Colin Price in left, he'll bat fifth. Thomas Marcotte will bat sixth, playing first base. Batting seventh is Miguel Salcido. He's going to play second base. Ryataro Munakata will bat eighth and be the designated hitter. Jackson Bauer will hit ninth as the extra hitter. And Christopher C.J. Snuz will be behind the plate, batting 10th here in Game 2 after Zach Gankinger came on and caught in Game 1.
Yeah, the reason it's only a 1-0 game is because he got him caught stealing at second. It was a huge second out. For base loaded, it's only one hit.
So here's Anthony Savino, takes ball one to Cameron Fitzpatrick, starting pitcher for the Ironbacks. A southpaw. Savino takes strike number one on the inside corner, a fastball.
Fitzpatrick's second time up, 6.23 ERA, 0-1 on the year. Went 4 1/3, gave up 3 earned runs, had 7 strikeouts, however.
Savino flies that one to shallow center. Panazzo going to make the play at shortstop. So just past second base, and Savino pops out to start Game 2.
Now batting from Narragansett, Rhode Island, in Central Connecticut State, number 13, Derek Jesmondi.
So here's Derek Jesmondi. Getting the start in Game 2, was on the bench for Game 1. The hero a couple nights ago against Auburn right here at Sal Magley, getting the Americans their first win of the 2026 season. Had a couple of hits last night against Jamestown as well. Jesmondi having himself a strong season. Takes that one in the zone for a strike. 0-1. Here's the 0-1. Curveball in there. Just misses. Looks like it was up.
Yeah, Jesmondi, the hero in the Auburn game, also went 2 for 4 in the Jamestown game despite the loss.
Here's the pitch. Outside corner misses. Jesmondi ahead 2-1 here against Fitzpatrick of the Ironbacks. Here's the pitch. There's that slider, misses up. Here's the 3-1. Fastball misses, ball 4, so the Americans have a base runner on. Here in the bottom half of the first, and Derek Jesmondi.
Good something to see here. Just trying to come back after being down 1. 1 out hit won't hurt you.
So here's David Harris, batting third. Had a sacrifice fly last night in Jamestown. And extended the rally in the 9th inning by reaching on an error, but couldn't get much going. That one's chopped into the 4-hole. It's through for a base hit. A 1-out single for David Harris. Jesmondi slips at second. He's going to get back just in time. Looked like wanted to take off for third. Slipped at second base on the turf.
Yes, certainly had a chance to get to third. Super tough there, finally able to get back in safely. Yeah, Harris gets a hit. So he had that sac fly. Also had 3 walks.
So here's Cooper Rowell, just committed to Palm Beach Atlantic University for next season. He digs in, batting fourth, going to play third base this afternoon for the Americans.
Trying to bring one in here.
Here's the pitch to Rowell. Inside, misses, low, and in. Rowell 1-1. Against the lefty Fitzpatrick. Here's the 1-1, taken in the dirt for ball 2. So it'll be 2-1 coming to Cooper Rowell. Rowell this past year at Weber International in Babson Park, Florida, an NAIA school, batted .306 in 25 games. Here's the pitch. fouled on the first baseline. Now it'll be 2-2, evened up. So Rowell going from Weber International to Palm Beach Atlantic. Can't really complain about the weather. Himself, Rowell from Jacksonville, Florida. That one's taken inside for ball 3. It'll be a full count now. Jesmondi on second. Harris on first after a base hit. First one of the ball game for the Americans.
Fitzpatrick struggling to find the zone here.
Full count pitch to Rowell. Fouled on the first baseline. Looks like Jesmondi was taken off for third on the pitch.
Come on, sir, you got to make that play.
It'll be a full count pitch to Cooper Rowell. 3-2, 1 out in the bottom half of the first. Jesmondi dances off second. He's going. Ball 4, no throw needed. And Cooper Rowell reaches to make it a bases loaded, 1 out situation for the Americans.
Good take there from Rowell. That pitch just a bit outside. Big spot here for Price.
So in comes Colin Price. Was handed the loss last night at Jamestown on the mound. Now will take over in left field in game 2 here for the Americans. Plays at Georgia Highlands College. Cartersville, Georgia, a long ways from here. That's fouled back behind home.
Price looking to put the ball in play here. On the year, 1 RBI.
That one lands in the zone for a strike. So it'll be an 0-2 against Colin Price. Price at the dish. 0-2, 1 out, bases loaded. Harris off second. Jesmondi off third. Rowell off first. Price takes strike 3 called. So he'll head back to the dugout. Now 2 outs in the inning.
Yeah, really looking for Price to put a ball in play there. Freeze them. Up to Marcotte.
So here's Thomas Marcotte. Another recent commitment. Just committed to Rhode Island College for next season. Marcotte at the dish. 2 outs. Takes a hanging curveball in there for a strike.
Yeah, Fitzpatrick really hasn't been going to the fastball. It's going a lot off speed here.
Here's the pitch to Marcotte. Cut on and missed. For strike 2. So now Marcotte down 0-2. Against Fitzpatrick, the left-hander. A big spot for Marcotte here in the bottom half of the first. Americans already down 1-0 to the Ironbacks. Pitch fouled on the first baseline. Out of play. Marcotte staying alive. We'll do it again, 0-2.
One out, bases loaded. Struck out. Marcotte trying to drive one in.
Here's the 0-2 to Marcotte. Misses up with the curveball. Now it'll be a 1-2 coming to Thomas Marcotte. Playing first base here in game 2 for the Americans. Here's the 1-2. Cut on and miss. Strike 3, a big strikeout. And that ends the inning. No runs in for the Americans on 1 hit. No errors and 3 men left on base. At the end of 1 full inning, the Ironbacks lead 1-0 here at Sal Magley Stadium in Niagara Falls, New York.
The Niagara Falls Americans appreciate the support of Greater Together Credit Union. Greater Together Credit Union provides personalized banking, loans, mortgages, and savings accounts for anyone living, working, or attending school in Erie or Niagara counties. For more information, current rates, or to apply for membership, visit greatertogethercu.com.
Hey fans, at this time I
Sammy's Pizza has been family owned and operated for 3 generations since 1962 and are the originators of the 1/2 tray of pizza. Fans, don't forget to cross the street from Sal Magley Stadium and grab Sammy's Pizza right across the street. Also at the concession stand here at Sal Magley, the official pizza provider of the Niagara Falls Americans. The Niagara Falls Americans would also like to thank Laborers Local 91 for their support this season. Laborers Local 91 provides highly trained workers for heavy construction, environmental remediation, and infrastructure projects, while also offering apprenticeships and health and safety training. Since 1935, Laborers Local 91 has been proudly building the infrastructure, economy, and communities of the Niagara frontier. Call Laborers Local 91 at 716-297-6441 to apply for a career as a skilled construction craft worker. So back here in the top of the second, it's Jace Burden and it's Bryce Bedrosian. Takes ball 1 outside. Burden really found the zone there at the end of last inning. See if he can pick it up once again here in game 2. Bedrosian lets go with a bat into the Ironbacks dugout. Look out. Looks like everybody's going to be okay.
We saw that in the Jamestown game, and that one just went far. That one went high. That one soared in the air.
Yeah, we saw that last night in Jamestown. Let go of the bat and hit the netting. That one was kind of low into the turf, so that's a good sign. Bedrosian playing first base this afternoon for the Ironbacks. Played at Jamestown Community College this past spring. Caught on and missed, strike 2. At JCC, started in 26 of 31 games he played. Batted .290 at 34 RBIs as well. Was first on the team in doubles. And also had 2 bombs. That one's caught on and missed for a leadoff strikeout from Jace Burden.
Yeah, certainly finding the zone there. Gets Bedrosian out on 4 pitches.
So here's Grayson Doctor, the extra hitter this afternoon for the Ironbacks, coming all the way from Bismarck State College in Fargo, North Dakota. Burden from the stretch. Here's the 0-0. Finds that outside corner for a strike, a slider. Good spot from Burden. That one's a slider, fouled back. It'll be an 0-2. Burden last pitch on Sunday against Auburn. Started that game, went 4 innings.
Thanks, Nolan.
So it'll be an 0-2 to from Burden to Doctor. Here's the 0-2. Caught on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the top of the second for Jace Burden.
Yeah, Burden's really found his groove here.
Now batting the DH number 0, Franklin.
Gonna have him go in order.
So here's Franklin Griffin. Started at second base last game, in the first game of the doubleheader. The Ironbacks have not played since Sunday, where they played in a doubleheader against Elmira. Split that one with the Pioneers. Cut on and miss from Griffin. In game 1 of that doubleheader, the Ironbacks won it 3-0. Lost the second one 7-0 after a complete game shutout by Pioneer starter Larson Birch had 11 strikeouts. A good pitching performance, though, from Dylan Miles in game 1, where he had 10 Ks. So back-to-back good pitching performances in that doubleheader. Not what we're seeing so far today. Game 1, the Ironbacks handed it to the Americans 15-3. One after 6 innings. Now here's Miles, down 1-2, 2 outs in the top half of the second. The Ironbacks lead the Americans 1-0. Here's the pitch from Burden. Fastball up in the zone. Griffin holds. It'll be a 2-2 coming.
Thought about it there, just a bit too high.
Yeah, good spot from Burden. Looks like he found it where he wanted it. Just a little up in the zone. Here's the 2-2 from Burden. Slider outside corner just misses up. Now will be a 3-2.
See if he goes back to that slider.
2 outs here in the top of the second. Here's the pitch. Fastball up in the zone and a 2-out walk issued by Jace Burden.
Worked it to a 1-2, just 3 great takes from Franklin.
Here's Nolan Phelan, the left fielder this afternoon for the Ironbacks, batting 9th. First pitch to Phelan. Fastball inside corner called for a strike. CJ Snuzz behind the plate for the Americans. Marcotte over at first, Salcido at second, Savino at short, and Rowell at third. Burden pitch chopped right back to him. Jogs over to first and flips to Marcotte to get the out. So in the second inning, no runs on no hits, no errors, and one man left on base. At the end of an inning and a half, the Ironbacks lead the Americans 1-0.
Yeah, Burden just right back to him. Took a little bit to throw it. It sort of looked like they were both jogging to first, but plenty of time there. 1, 2, 3.
Hey fans, remember Seneca Niagara is the official casino of the Niagara Falls Americans. The official casino of the Niagara Falls Americans baseball team is Seneca Niagara Resort and Casino. Thank you so much, Seneca Niagara Resort and Casino, for your support to the Americans baseball team. So it's the bottom of the second. Coming up for the Americans will be Marcotte, Salcido, Munakata. That's 6, 7, 8. So here's Salcido. First pitch to Salcido, taken on the outside corner for a ball.
Strike out.
There's the pitch to Salcido. Hit foul back behind home. Here's the 1-1 to Salcido from Fitzpatrick. Backdoor slider in there for a strike. So Salcido down 1-2 to Cameron Fitzpatrick now on the bump for the Ironbacks. Here's the 1-2, chopped to third. Played on the long hop by Sursta. A long throw. He's got him by a step. And there's a leadoff ground out by Miguel Salcido.
That played on one hop there from Sursta. Salcido still looking for his first step.
So here's Ryotaro Munakata for his first at-bat of the game. Going to be a freshman at Genesee Community College in the fall. First pitch to Munakata, taken for a strike. at the bottom of the zone. Can really tell how close this team's getting. Good camaraderie in the dugout and outside. That one's drilled on the right field line. Foul. Looked like Munakata almost placed it right where they weren't on the defensive side, but couldn't get it.
It looked like it was going to pop over Bedrosian. Just goes foul.
Munakata quickly down 0-2. Here's the pitch from Fitzpatrick, taken outside, ball 1. Inning started with a ground out to third by Miguel Salcido. Here's the 1-2 to Munakata. Inside corner called, strike 3. And there's 2 quick outs for Cameron Fitzpatrick and the Niagara Ironbacks.
Yeah, just froze him on that inside corner.
Now batting from Hughes, Pennsylvania, Lockhaven University, number 1, Jackson Bauer.
So here's Jackson Bauer, the extra hitter today for the Americans this afternoon. Outside corner, called a ball, 1-0 here against Bauer. Bauer, an outfielder from Lockhaven University in the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. That one's taken for a strike.
Sort of buckled on that one. Bauer's looking for his first hit of the season.
Bauer played most of his college season this past year in right field. So he takes a ball right there, but saw action in center and left too. Played his freshman season at Susquehanna University in Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania. Just 5 games there. Then transferred to Lockhaven. Takes that one for a ball. Up 3-1 now from Fitzpatrick.
Take from Bauer.
Fitzpatrick from the stretch. Deals. Ripped down the right field line, foul. So it'll be a full count now to Bauer. Both pitchers starting on the mound today for either team, working out of the stretch. Burden and Fitzpatrick. No windup from either. Could be a comfort thing. See a lot of starters do that. Here's the pitch. Full count, chopped to second. Fielded by Medor. Throws over to first, got him in time. Then a 1-2-3 inning by the Ironbacks. The Americans go down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no men left on base. After 2 full innings, the Ironbacks lead 1-0 here at Sal Magley Stadium in Niagara Falls, New York.
Sammy's Pizzeria has been family owned and operated for 3 generations since 1962 and are the originators of the 1/2 tray of pizza. The Americans would like to thank Sammy's for sponsoring the team this season. Pick up all your favorites right across the street from Sal Magley Stadium at Sammy's Pizzeria. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank TLC Pet Food for their continued support. Specializing in nutrient-dense recipes, TLC Pet Food offers dog and cat food with fresh ingredients and added probiotics. Find the whole life dog and cat formulas for your furry friend at tlcpetfood.com. The Niagara Falls Americans appreciate the support of Greater Together Credit Union. Greater Together Credit Union provides personalized banking, loans, mortgages, and savings accounts for anyone living, working, or attending school in Erie or Niagara counties. For more information, current rates, or to apply for membership, visit greatertogethercu.com. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank McDonald's for being a sponsor of the team this year. With an extensive menu of well-known favorites, McDonald's is famous for its convenience. Especially during a long baseball season, McDonald's is the perfect place to grab a quick bite to eat and get right back to the ballpark. So head to your nearest McDonald's and enjoy all the classics.
Ironbacks have a 1-0 lead here in the top half of the third. Pace definitely moving a little bit quicker in this game compared to game 1. A longer one.
Leading off for the Ironbacks, second baseman number 4, Devin Medor.
So here's Devin Medor, leadoff batter for the Ironbacks. Top half of the third, Ironbacks scored 1 run in the top half of the first on a sacrifice fly by Mateo Sursta. London Prashad came around to score after a leadoff hit by pitch. Here's the pitch from Burden. That one's drilled into left center. Looks like it's going to fall in the gap for a leadoff base hit. Medor rounds first. He's headed for second. He's not stopping there. He's headed for third. The throw in from Savino, not in time. A leadoff triple from Devin Medor. And the Ironbacks were set up here early in the top of the third.
Now both games have had a lead-off triple here.
Now batting
Dore into the gap.
field, number 40, London Prashad.
Here's London Prashad. Was hit by a pitch in the first inning. Americans bring the infield in. Fouled back to the screen, 0-1. Prashad batted second in game one. Went 0 for 3 with a hit by pitch. A run scored and an RBI. Now flips in order with Peyton Panazzo, who bats second. Prashad skies that one down the first baseline. Marcotte can't get there. Falls out of play. It'll be an 0-2 to Prashad.
Pretty close to it there is Marcotte, but if he does go for it, you would think that he'd probably be able to score from third.
A really strong 1-2 punch here in the order for the Ironbacks. Could go either way between Prashad and Panazzo, as they show they do here in game two. Here's the pitch from Burden. Fastball up, misses. It'll be a 1-2 from Burden to Prashad. Checks his swing, does not go. It'll be 2-2 now.
Good swing there, or good check swing there. Went to that off speed outside, couldn't get him to go.
So the Ironbacks lead the 2026 season series with the Americans 2-0. The Americans won 10 of 11 between these two teams last year. Americans coming off a loss last night at Jamestown, 6-5. Justin Gladfelter, Derek Jasmani, Matt Ganshaw, all 2 hits at the top of the order, 1, 2, 3. 2 RBIs for Ganshaw. Zangardi, Santos, Stickler each had a hit. Here's the pitch to Prashad, missed down.
Full count.
Now it'll be a full count to Prashad. Here's the pitch. Fastball up in the zone, fouled back behind home. Prashad doing a good job of sticking around, hanging around here. We're at Sal Magley Stadium, was renamed to Sal Magley Stadium in 1983 and was completely rebuilt in 1999. Here's the pitch from Burden. Ripped through the left side and through for a base hit. London Prashad, an RBI single. And the Ironbacks lead 2-0.
Just scoots past Rao, thought he was going to be able to hold the runner at third. Goes past his glove.
So Prashad is on. That's speed on the bases for the Ironbacks. Here's Peyton Panazzo. 2 hits already in the inning, nobody out. Prashad, definitely a quick runner, played his freshman year at Coastal Alabama Community College. Burden picks off at first. Prashad going with the vault lead style. So a short lead, then working off his momentum created at first base. Seen a lot of guys do that now, become very popular around the major leagues, college, even high school as well. Panazzo digs in from the left side. Here's Burden's first pitch. Drilled down the left field line, going to hook foul. Sal Magley Stadium served as a temporary home for the Buffalo Bisons in 1967. Johnny Bench played there as a temporary escape from the deteriorating War Memorial Stadium that season. Here's the pitch from Burden. That one's driven to right field. David Harris scampers over and gets under it, makes the play for the first out of the inning.
I feel like the wind pushed that one in a little bit. Like it was going to carry. Holds up for Harris for out number 1.
So here's Kieran Cutler. Walked in the first inning, but then was caught stealing at second base. A smart play, high IQ play by CJ Snuzz behind the plate, throwing behind the lead runner and throwing out Cutler at second. Pratchett dancing off first. Burden pick off. Keeps him honest. Cutler hitting third. Did not play in game 1. Some good catcher depth for the Ironbacks. But still, you're going to bat him third. There goes Prashad. Throw down from Snuzz. Not in time. Prashad's got a stolen bag. Got a really good jump with the vault lead. Tag from Salcido. Not nearly in time. Snuzz did everything he could. Put it on the base. Got it out quick. Just a better jump and a faster ball player in Prashad.
Salcido sort of did a sweep tag trying to see if he can get him after stealing, see if he went off the bag, but stayed on.
Prashad now on second. Second pitch of the at-bat to Cutler. Fastball in the zone for a strike. So it's 1-1 against Kieran Cutler. Cutler played his freshman season at McCook Community College in Nebraska. Started in 45 of 50 games he played. Batted .302. That one's flown into left field. Coming on is Colin Price. He'll make the put out. Prashad will stay put at second. As Price gets the ball into Savino at shortstop. Now 2 outs here in the top of the third.
Yeah, both from a pair of flyouts here. Trying to leave it to 1 run in this inning.
Yeah, Burden really trying to limit this inning to just 1 run. Santos did a good job getting some bulk innings last game. I know 4 1/3 doesn't sound like a crazy amount of innings. I said that last game. But definitely in the grand scheme of things for this Americans pitching situation, 4 1/3 they will definitely take. Now 0-1, Burden to Sursta. Burden from the stretch fires the 0-1. That one's headed to left center. Deep going back is Colin Price. And it can't make the play. It's going to fall in the gap. Sursta will stop at second. And there's a 2-out double for Mateo Sursta. Prashad comes around to score. Makes it a 3-0 ball game.
Yeah, that ball just kept carrying and carrying. Thought it was going to hold up. 1 hops to the wall. The double brings the lead to 3.
Yeah, it seemed like Colin Price, Derek Jesmondi had a little miscommunication. Nobody called it. So a run scores. Here's Burden's first pitch. That one's flown into first base, out of bounds territory, out of play.
Get on that, Don.
Sarista off second. Here's the pitch to Locatelli. Slider in the zone for a strike. It'll be 0-2 now to Caleb Locatelli, the right fielder today for the Ironbacks. Flew out to right field in his first at-bat. Here's the 0-2 from Jace Burden. Slider low and away. Taking down the first baseline out of play. We'll do it again. 0-2, 2 outs here in the top half of the third. 2 runs already in for the Ironbacks. They lead 3-0 here at Sal Magley Stadium. Game 2 of Education Day. A 2:10 p.m. start. Pitch from Burden. Hit to first base. Good stop from Thomas Marcotte. He'll tap the bag, and that'll do it for the Top half of the third, 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. The Ironbacks now lead 3-0 here at South Magley Stadium.
The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank Coca-Cola for their support this season. Known for its refreshing bubbles and iconic flavor, Coca-Cola is the world's best-selling carbonated soft drink. Snag a Coke right here at the Sal Magley Stadium concession stand and make your game day even sweeter. A special thank you to Tropical Heating and Cooling for sponsoring the Americans this season. Locally owned and operated, Tropical Heating and Cooling provides expert installation, repair, and maintenance for home heating, cooling, and air quality systems. Call 716-870-0753 or head to tropicalheating.net to submit a service request and knock your heating and cooling needs out of the park. The Americans would like to thank Salino Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric for their continuous support. Salino Plumbing's licensed Buffalo professionals strive for same-day service with fully stocked vehicles to reduce wait times. Whether it's emergency plumbing, mainline repairs, or anything in between, call 716-202-9665 for all your plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical needs today. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank TLC Pet Food for their continued support. Specializing in nutrient-dense recipes, TLC Pet Food offers dog and cat food with fresh ingredients and added probiotics. Find the whole life dog and cat formulas for your furry friend at tlcpetfood.com.
So the Ironbacks lead 3-0 here at Sal Magley Stadium. Game 2 of a 7-inning doubleheader. CJ Snuzz will lead off in the bottom of the third against Cameron Fitzpatrick. Snuzz struck out 3 times last night against Jamestown. Back here today in the box. Takes strike 1 on the outside corner. Snuzz's father played 11 years of pro baseball, making it as high as AAA. Bunch of different MLB franchises, was drafted by the Phillies. That's fouled on the first baseline. Going to be an 0-2 to Snuzz. Here's the 0-2 cut on and miss by Snuzz. And the leadoff batter is out for the Americans.
Tough at bat there for Snuzz. Still looking for his first at bat on the year. Still his first hit on the year.
So here's Anthony Savino, the hometown hero from Niagara Falls. 1 out in the inning. Savino played his freshman year this past season at Frostburg State in Maryland. Takes strike 1. Fitzpatrick doing a really good job getting ahead in the count.
What the fuck?
Here's the pitch to Savino, fouled back to the screen.
It was plugged in.
0-2.
It was plugged in. Yeah, it was plugged in the whole fucking time.
Here's the 0-2 from Fitzpatrick. Fouled. Swung on and missed, actually. Now chasing after it is Cutler, and he makes the play. So it looked like a foul ball. Actually, it was a swing and miss from Savino because Cutler dropped it behind the dish, scampered after it, grabbed it, and fired Savino out on the drop third strike. Here's
Also
a pinch
helped that
hitter.
Sorry, I was going to say, it also helped that it rolled right, made the throw a little bit shorter.
Here's a pinch hitter for the Americans, Vincent Favada. Started in game 1 in right. Now takes the place of David Harris. Hopefully Harris is okay. Singled in the first inning. Favada grounds that one fouled on the third baseline. In game 1, Favada had a walk and a steal. Pop out and a ground out as well. Here's the pitch. Caught on and missed. Strike 2. It'll be a 1-2 coming to Vincent Favada. Christopher Snuzz led off the inning with a strikeout, followed up by an Anthony Savino strikeout. Excuse me, it's Vincent Favada hitting for Derek Jesmondi, not David Harris. Here's the pitch, drilled to deep left field. Going back at the track, at the wall. And it's gone. Vincent Favada drills a solo shot here in the bottom of the third for the Niagara Falls Americans.
What a pinch hit there for Favada. Got all of that one on the 2-2. Blasted it into left. First home run for the Americans. It'll put them on the board here on a homer from Favada.
Yeah, the Americans, the only team in the PGCBL without a home run before today. And that changes with a solo shot from Vincent Favada. So here's Dave Harris.
Now batting number 18, David Harris.
Americans now down 3-1. After the solo shot from Favada. Harris stepping in after a single in the first. 1-for-1. That one's taken in the dirt for ball one. Harris ahead, 1-0 in the count already.
Hoping that Favada hit can really start a spark here.
Here's the pitch to Harris. Dribble through the right side over his Sursta, making the play. Throw covering Fitzpatrick. Can't get there in time, and Harris has got a single infield hit. A real tough play over there from Bryce Bedrosian. Good hustle from Fitzpatrick to cover, but just not in time, and Dave Harris has got his second hit of the game.
Third baseman number 6, Cooper Rao.
Tried to flip it to him. Just throws behind Harris, able to get in safely.
Americans have a little two-out rally going here.
Can I use your Mac charger?
Raul takes that one for a ball. Cutler going to go out and talk things over with Fitzpatrick. Back-to-back hits, including a solo shot from Vincent Favada. So Cutler going to make sure him and his slinger are on the same page. Not a lot of people in the crowd here for Game 2 at Sal Maglie Stadium. Packed Game 1, though. Education Day. A lot of students, elementary, middle schools around the area. Here's the 1-0 to Rowell. Inside, take it for a ball in the dirt. 2-0. The Ironbacks lead 3-1 here in the bottom half of the third inning. 4 hits on the day for the Ironbacks, 3 for the Americans. Cut on and miss by Rowell. We mentioned it in his first at-bat, but Rowell just committed to Palm Beach Atlantic University. Now here in Niagara Falls for the summer before he ships off down there. Takes ball 3, 3-1. Harris at first, 2 outs in the inning. Colin Price on deck for the Americans. Here's the 3-1. Rowell takes it for a strike, so that will release David Harris off of first. Put him in motion. Rowell can put something in the gap here, give Harris a chance to score as he gets a head start from first. There goes Harris. Rowell hits it into right field, shallow right, coming on Locatelli. He's got it. Hauls it in to end the inning, not before the Americans get 1 run on 2 hits. No errors and 1 man left on base. The Ironbacks lead the Americans 3-1 here after 3 complete innings. It's the Ironbacks and the Americans on the American Sports Network with Tom Rook and Ethan Duncan.
The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank McDonald's for being a sponsor of the team this year. With an extensive menu of well-known favorites, McDonald's is famous for its convenience. Especially during a long baseball season, McDonald's is the perfect place to grab a quick bite to eat and get right back to the ballpark. So head to your nearest McDonald's and enjoy all the classics.
Let's take a moment to recognize Salino Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric, a valued sponsor of the Americans. Since its founding in 1995, Salino Plumbing has grown from a specialized plumbing company into a full-service contractor offering 24/7 emergency repairs and maintenance. Salino Plumbing's local plumbers are licensed, experienced professionals who work with your best interests in mind. They also aim to handle calls on the same day with fully stocked service vehicles to minimize wait times. Call 716-202-9665 for all your plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical needs today. Big shout out to Salino for sponsoring the Americans this season. The Niagara Falls Americans would also like to thank Geico, the third largest auto insurance provider in the United States, for its continued support. However you define Western New York, one thing is certain: drivers encounter a wide variety of road conditions, whether it's slick, snowy roads, congestion on the New York State Thruway, or deer on scenic back roads. You want to make sure you have the right car insurance to ensure the safety of yourself, your passengers, and your vehicle. Head to geico.com to get a fast and free insurance quote to find the coverage that best fits your needs. So leading off the top of the fourth inning for the Ironbacks, it's number 38, Bryce Bedrosian.
For the Ironbacks, first baseman number 38, Bryce Bedrosian.
Bedrosian struck out swinging in the second inning.
Tyler Foxcraft on the mound. Number C today.
The new pitcher for the Americans is Tyler Foxcroft. That one's flown out of play down the right field line, first base line. It's Tyler Foxcroft in for the Niagara Falls Americans.
29, Tyler Foxcroft.
Foxcroft, a two-way catcher and pitcher from Grimsby, Ontario. Here's the pitch. Fastball up, misses. He'll be a freshman at Doane University in the fall. Face off against Bedrosian. Fouled back to the screen, so quickly 1-2 against Bedrosian. Here's the 1-2. Fastball up, misses, dropped by Snuz behind the plate. Here's the 2-2 from Foxcroft. Drilled down the right field line, but it's going to hook foul and out of play into the Niagara bullpen. Would be quite something if the Ironbacks win this one to go 3-0 to start the year against the Americans after going 1-10 last season. Here's the pitch from Foxcroft, down and in, misses for a ball.
28.
Some action in the Niagara Ironback bullpen. It's Jaden Corpin, who just committed to Northwestern College a few days ago. And there's a leadoff walk issued by Foxcroft. Bedrosian reaches.
Now batting extra hitter number 20, Grayson Doctor. Oh, Doctor.
Up to the plate strolls Grayson Doctor, wearing number 20 for the Ironbacks. Struck out in his first at-bat in the second inning. Here's the pitch from Foxcroft, taken up and away for a ball. 1-0. Foxcroft from the stretch. Deals. Popped up in the infield. It's going to stay in play. Now drifting behind home. Coming on is Cooper Rowell, calling off C.J. Snuz. Nice catch by number 6, Rowell.
Called it late there, but able to make the play.
So there's the first out of the inning. Here's Franklin Griffin. He walked in his first plate appearance in the second. He's going to square to bunt, pull back, ball up. Missed pitch by Foxcroft. Foxcroft joined the team a little late, but now here on the bump this afternoon. Pitch from Foxcroft, cut on and missed. Snap throw to first. Not in time. Franklin Griffin. A 1-1 count against Foxcroft. 1 out here in the top half of the 4th inning. We're just playing 7, remember. Game 2 of a doubleheader. Griffin takes that one in the zone for a strike. 1-2. Bedrosian off first. Here's the 1-2. Foxcroft now fouled down the left field line. Into the stands, out of play.
Show us your wheels, Tom.
Bryce Bedrosian on first. Franklin Griffin at the plate. 1-2 count against Tyler Foxcroft of the Americans. He deals. Fastball up, misses. Here's the 2-2 from Foxcroft, down and in. Ball 3, full count. See if the Ironbacks will put something on. Griffin over at third, managing this squad. 3-2, good pitch to run on. Bedrosian stays put, chopper to shortstop. Savino steps on second for 1, on to first, it's a double play. A 6-3 unassisted by the hometown hero. And after 3.5, the Ironbacks lead 3-1 here at Sal Magley Stadium. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no man left on base.
Hey fans, don't forget your Niagara Falls Americans are back at the historic Sal Magnus Stadium on Sunday, June 14th. It's the Buffalo Diesel. It's guaranteed win nights. First pitch is 4:05. Doors open at 3:05. For tickets, call 215-61.
Take a short break here on the American Sports Network and be back for the bottom of the 4th.
The Niagara Falls Americans appreciate the support of Greater Together Credit Union. Greater Together Credit Union provides personalized banking, loans, mortgages, and savings accounts for anyone living, working, or attending school in Erie or Niagara counties. For more information, current rates, or to apply for membership, visit greatertogethercu.com. The Niagara Falls Americans thank Casella Waste Systems for their continued support. Casella offers sustainable waste management and garbage pickup right here in Niagara Falls. As an environmental service provider, Casella manages and transforms society's waste into new resources. Call 716-637-4843 to get a price quote on garbage pickup. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank Coca-Cola for their support this season. Known for its refreshing bubbles and iconic flavor, Coca-Cola is the world's best-selling carbonated soft drink. Snag a Coke right here at the Sal Magley Stadium concession stand and make your game day even sweeter.
Back here at Sal Magley Stadium, home of the Niagara Falls Americans. Also the Deauville Saints and the SUNY Niagara Thunderwolves. Sal Magley Stadium. Been around for a long time, named after the Sal Magley, one of the only players to ever play for the Mets, the Giants, and the Yankees, all in New York. So here's a pinch hitter for the Americans in Ryan Stallone. Started in Game 1 from Mississauga, Ontario. And in Game 1, Stallone 1 for 1, 2 walks and a single. Here's the 1-0. Misses 2-0 now to Stallone. Pitch hitting for Colin Price is Ryan Stallone. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Yes, he did. It'll be a 2-1 now to Stallone. Here's the pitch, the 2-1 outside, misses 3-1.
As you mentioned, Stallone did have a good day earlier in this game. Going to do it in both.
Here's the 3-1 outside corner, a leadoff walk to Ryan Stallone. He reaches here in the bottom half of the fourth. That'll bring up Thomas Marcotte
Now batting, number 19,
for the Americans. Struck out swinging back in the first with the bases loaded. Stallone leads off first, not too big of a lead. Marcotte takes a fastball up and away for a ball. Here's the 1-0. Fastball outside corner called for a strike. One now to Marcotte, cut on and missed. Thomas Marcotte recently committed to Rhode Island College in Providence, Rhode Island, a Division III school. Here's the pitch outside, gets by Cutler behind the plate, and Stallone will move up 90 feet to second.
Yeah, wild pitch there to get into second.
So Stallone moves up 90 feet on the wild pitch from Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick's done a good job slowing down this Americans offense. Only 3 runs in that first game. 5 last night against Jamestown. What's been the real problem this year for the Americans has been the runs on the other side of the ball. Second last in the perfect game league. In ERA, 9.45 for the Americans pitching staff. They let up 11.5 runs per game. That one's flown into shallow right. Coming on is Locatelli. He'll make the catch. Stallone will draw the throw, but get back to second. So it's a fly out to right, and Marcotte is sent back to the dugout.
Hoping you get a grounder there to move him to third, but shallow enough to Locatelli to unable to move Stallone over to third.
So here's Miguel Salcido, all the way from the DR. Salcido played his freshman year this past year at Alpena Community College. 45 games played, 35 games started. He had 5 doubles and 6 homers. Also 28 walks to 19 strikeouts. So a good strikeout to walk ratio for Salcido. Here's the 1-0. Taken up and away for a ball. 2-0. Good hitters count now for Salcido against Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, we saw Corbin warming in the pen. Certainly definitely come in. I wonder if to get another one on, they'll try and bring him in, or they'll trust Fitzpatrick to go through the fourth.
Here's the 2-0 to Salcido. Cut on and missed. Strike 1. So Jace Burton out after 3. Foxcroft takes over on the mound for the Americans. He's still in. Fitzpatrick on the bump for the Ironbacks. Nobody warming in the Americans bullpen, but there is action in the Niagara bullpen. As we mentioned, it's Jaden Corpin out there getting loose, the right-hander. Now Salcido ahead 3-1 against Fitzpatrick in his 4th inning of work for the Ironbacks. Here's the 3-1. Inside corner miss. Ball 4. Second walk in the inning. And Cutler going to jog out and have a quick conversation with his starter as Ryotaro Munakata strolls to the plate.
Yeah, Corbin's been warming up for a while. Do you trust Fitzpatrick to get out of this?
So here comes Tyson Gom, the assistant coach for the Ironbacks. Played 5 years with the Welland Jackfish of the CBL. Also played at the College of Southern Idaho and Parkland College. Even played for Team Canada's junior national team. Currently, when he's not with the Ironbacks, he works for Bulletproof Baseball Academy and Toronto Hitting Club. It's assistant coach Tyson Gom. Working under manager Richard Griffin, who's got 22 years of managerial experience at elite Ontario levels in Oakville and Burlington. He's witnessed over 5,300 MLB games. It's a lot of games.
I don't think we'll catch that, Tom.
Hopefully, but you never know. Here's the pitch to Munakata inside for ball 1, just off the plate. Munakata struck out looking in his first at-bat back in the second. A util man is Munakata. There's a fastball in the zone for strike 1. We're in the bottom of the 4th here at Sal Magley. The Ironbacks lead the Americans 3-1, a close ball game. 4 hits for the Ironbacks, 3 for the Americans. Outside corner, dribble down the first baseline, foul by Munakata. Salcido on first. Ryan Stallone on second. Pinch hit for Colin Price, worked a walk. Advanced to second on a wild pitch. Salcido at first and got on for a walk. Munakata takes ball 2, so it'll be a 2-2 coming to Munakata.
Yeah, those 2 balls very inside. So we'll go again there.
Here's the 2-2. Inside pitch, just misses off the plate. Fitzpatrick wanted the call, didn't get it. Gonna be a full count here.
Yeah, he keeps looking inside. Just gonna have to make contact here.
Now will be a full count to Munakata. Runners take off. That one's tapped. Foul territory. We'll do it again. Munakata going to be a freshman at GCC in Batavia, New York. Right by the Batavia Muck Dogs.
Got to be careful here with the steal on the 3-2. If he strikes out, you don't want to give up a double play here.
Yeah, something Coach Cordero loves to do, steal with 2 strikes. But here, in a situation with 2 runners on, a double steal, runners take off. Strike 3, throw down to third, not in time. Ryan Stallone steals third base. Almost looked like Stallone stopped about halfway. He wasn't sure he was going to take off. Then he still did and still made it.
Yeah, that's huge. The bang play at third. Now a single can tie this game.
Cutler also looked unsure behind the plate, you know, if he was going or not. I don't know if they lost track of outs, but was thrown out. Not thrown out, stealing, but Munakata takes strike 3 looking. One's driven to right field. It's going to fall for a base hit. 1 run is in. Here comes Salcido. The throw is not in time. A 2-run single to tie the ball game by Jackson Bauer from Lock Haven University. And it's a 3-3 game here in the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, Bauer didn't wait. Had one pitch he liked, able to drive it into right. Fall just at the feet of Locatelli. We got a tie ball game.
Now batting the catcher, number 34, CJ Snuz.
So here's CJ Snuz. Stallone scores on the play as well as Salcido. 2 runs in the inning on just 1 hit. Snuz takes ball number 1. Here's the second pitch of the at-bat, taking up ball number 2. We're in the bottom of the 4th, 3-3 ball game. Pitch to Snuz, followed back behind the plate. Now it'll be a 2-1 to Snuz. 4 hits from either ball club tonight. This afternoon, I should say. Here's the pitch to Snuz, taken inside for ball 3. So a good hitter's count now for CJ Snuz. 3-1 count as well. Good count for Bauer to run on. Snuz takes it for a ball. Bauer's standing for a walk. If not, he's got a good chance, but we won't even need that because Snuz works a 2-out walk, and out comes Richard Griffin to make a change. Fitzpatrick can't work his way through 4 complete innings, and his line will end at 3 2/3. Here comes Jaden Corpin from the Ironbacks bullpen. We'll take a step aside. We'll step aside here as well. From Sal Magley Stadium, it's Tom Ruck and Ethan Duncan on the American Sports Network.
Sammy's Pizzeria has been family owned and operated for 3 generations since 1962 and are the originators of the 1/2 tray of pizza. The Americans would like to thank Sammy's for sponsoring the team this season. Pick up all your favorites right across the street from Sal Magley Stadium at Sammy's Pizzeria. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank Bully Hill Vineyards for their support all season long. On the south end of gorgeous Keuka Lake, you can taste over 40 wines and enjoy food at a family-friendly winery open 7 days a week. Visit bullyhillvineyards.com to learn more about what they have to offer. The Niagara Falls Americans appreciate the ongoing support of Blaze Brockway Contracting. Family owned and operated for over 15 years, Blaze Brockway Contracting specializes in all aspects of remodeling and renovation. Call 607-259-7607 for all of your construction and home improvement needs. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank TLC Pet Food for their continued support. Specializing in nutrient-dense recipes, TLC Pet Food offers dog and cat food with fresh ingredients and added probiotics. Find the whole life dog and cat formulas for your furry friend at tlcpetfood.com.
So it's a new pitcher for the Niagara Ironbacks, and Jaden Corpin just committed a couple days ago to Northwestern College. Pitched last year at Erie Community College. Not too far from here. 15 appearances, started 6 games, and allowed 41 earned runs in 43 innings. His longest outing was 5 innings. So not much of a bulk guy, but can go the length if needed. Corpin comes into the game first and second. 2 outs here against Anthony Savino, the top of the order for the Americans. Takes that one outside for ball 1.
Yes, Savino looking for his first RBI on the year. Big spot. The Americans looking to take their first lead of this game.
The 1-0 to Savino. Ball up, misses 2-0. Savino played golf in high school as well as baseball at Niagara Falls. Here's the pitch. That one's popped into foul territory. Long run. Not going to get there is Kieran Cutler. It's going to land foul. So it'll be a 2-1 to Savino. Corpin to Savino, the 2-1. Runner goes. Savino rips that down the left field line. It's going to land for a base hit. Bauer scores from third on the stolen base attempt, and the hometown hero drives in a run to make it a 4-3 ball game.
Yes, Savino, the guy who raced that other kid earlier in this game, races to first, gets an RBI, his first. More importantly, gives the Americans their first lead of this game.
Now batting, number 23, Vincent Favada.
Here's the pitch. Ball up, miss. So here's Vincent Favada. Hit a homer his last time up. First of the year for the Americans. That one's popped up. Foul territory past first base and caught by Bryce Bedrosian to end the inning. Not before. 3 runs on 2 hits. No errors and 1 man left on base. At the end of 4 complete innings, the Americans lead 4-3 here at Sal Magley Stadium. We'll take a short break here on the American Sports Network. Tom Rook and Ethan Duncan here on Thursday afternoon.
The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank TLC Pet Food for their continued support. Specializing in nutrient-dense recipes, TLC Pet Food offers dog and cat food with fresh ingredients and added probiotics. Find the whole life dog and cat formulas for your furry friend at tlcpetfood.com. The Niagara Falls Americans thank Casella Waste Systems for their continued support. Casella offers sustainable waste management and garbage pickup right here in Niagara Falls. As an environmental service provider, Casella manages and transforms society's waste into new resources. Call 716-637-4843 to get a price quote on garbage pickup. The Niagara Falls Americans appreciate the ongoing support of Blaze Brockway Contracting. Family owned and operated for over 15 years, Blaze Brockway Contracting specializes in all aspects of remodeling and renovation. Call 607-259-7607 for all of your construction and home improvement needs. The Niagara Falls Americans appreciate the support of Greater Together Credit Union. Greater Together Credit Union provides personalized banking, loans, mortgages, and savings accounts for anyone living, working, or attending school in Erie or Niagara counties. For more information, current rates, or to apply for membership, visit greatertogethercu.com.
So it's the top of the fifth here at Sal Magley Stadium. Tyler Foxcroft still on the mound for the Americans. They now lead 4-3 against the Ironbacks. Here's Nolan Phelan, the left fielder for the Ironbacks, to lead things off. Swing and a miss. Strike number one against Foxcroft. Here's the pitch. Fastball up, missed. Foxcroft working with that fastball a lot today. Has a lot of confidence in it. Fouled down the third baseline.
Come on, coach, you got to make that play.
Chopped back up the middle, and it's through for a base hit. A leadoff single for Nolan Phelan, the left fielder for the Ironbacks. A nice little seeing eye single. Not hit too hard, but hit in the right spot. There's a pinch runner. Pinch runner as Phelan will come out. And Willie Majarez will come in. He started in game one of the doubleheader. Foxcroft from the stretch. Majarez off first. The pitch. Called strike number one against Devin Medor. Foxcroft from the stretch. Medora at the plate. Fastball outside corner called strike two. Foxcroft really working ahead, doing a good job. So ahead 0-2. Here's the pitch from Foxcroft. Fastball got him, strike three. And there's a strikeout by Foxcroft. Medor takes off his helmet, looking pretty cantankerous right there. First out of the inning made. So here's London Prashad. The lineup will flip over in the top of the fifth. First pitch. Popped up in shallow left. Savino drifting back. Here comes Price. He'll make the play. For the second out of the inning. Check that. That's Ryan Stallone out there who came in for Colin Price. So a nice play by Stallone in left. Now 2 outs in the inning. Here's Peyton Panazzo. Majara still at first after the leadoff single by Nolan Phelan. That one's ripped to center. And it's over the head of Jesmondi. Now Favada. Over the head of Favada. Favada's throw in. It's going to be picked up by Savino in the outfield. And Majara scores all the way from first to knot this one up 4-4 here in the top half of the 5th inning.
All about again another drive. We talked about Americans really struggle with power hitting. Ironbacks not. So you get a double. Wondering if you try and go 3 there. And not great throw from Pavada.
Now batting number 23, Kieran Cutler.
Here's Kieran Cutler, the 3-hitter this afternoon for the Ironbacks. Walked in the first, was caught stealing, then flew out to center in the 3rd. So he's over 1. Runner on second. Drives that one out of play behind home. Cutler from Newfoundland rips that one down the third baseline. Fair ball past the diving Rowell. It's going to roll all the way into the corner. Panazzo scores from second, and Cutler will stop at second with a 2-out, 1 RBI double to make it now a 5-4 Ironback lead here in the top of the 5th.
That one just scorched down the left field line past Rowell. That's very good for the Americans.
Stepping in.
So here's Mateo Sursta.
22, Mateo Sursta.
Sursta had a big hit his last time up. A double to left center. Now pops that one up in the infield. Marcotte calling it. Looks like he's got it, and he makes the play, falling over. A nice reaching grab by Thomas Marcotte. Got a little dangerous, but hauls it in to end the inning.
Scored 2 runs on 3 hits with 1 runner left on base, and now after 4.5, it's 5-4 Ironbacks.
So the Ironbacks managed to put up 2 in that inning. On 3 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. The Ironbacks now lead the Americans 5-4 here at Sal Maglie Stadium.
Sammy's Pizzeria has been family owned and operated for 3 generations since 1962 and are the originators of the 1/2 tray of pizza. The Americans would like to thank Sammy's for sponsoring the team this season. Pick up all your favorites right across the street from Sal Maglie Stadium at Sammy's Pizzeria. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank TLC Pet Food for their continued support. Specializing in nutrient-dense recipes, TLC Pet Food offers dog and cat food with fresh ingredients and added probiotics. Find the whole life dog and cat formulas for your furry friend at tlcpetfood.com. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank Coca-Cola for their support this season. Known for its refreshing bubbles and iconic flavor, Coca-Cola is the world's best-selling carbonated soft drink. Snag a Coke right here at the Sal Maglie Stadium concession stand and make your game day even sweeter. The Niagara Falls Americans appreciate the support of Stalka Agency. Serving Western New York since 1957, Stalka Agency makes insurance simple through proactive planning and straightforward conversations. Call the local Stalka insurance team at 716-634-7070 to get a tailored insurance quote that's as precise as a picture painting the outside corner. Would like to thank Salino Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric for their continuous support. Salino Plumbing's licensed Buffalo professionals strive for same-day service with fully stocked vehicles to reduce wait times. Whether it's emergency plumbing, mainline repairs, or anything in between, call 716-202-9665 for all your plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical needs today.
So the Americans had a 4-3 lead there for about half an inning. And then the Ironbacks string together some hits and now make it a 5-4 ball game. A real back and forth affair. Like a ping pong match. Real back and forth. Here's Dave Harris. Clarkson. Corner outfielder for the Americans. Bats from the left side, also throws from the left side. Pitch from Corpin, who's back out there for his second inning of work from Ajax, Ontario. Fires in a First pitch strike to Harris. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. The Ironbacks lead 5-4 in a 7-inning ball game here in Niagara Falls, New York. Pitch to Harris. Inside, misses, ball 1. Dave Harris wearing the all-white, white cleats, white batting gloves, the home whites. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and missed. A good change in speed there from Corbin on the changeup. Now he's ahead 1-2. The 1-2 to Harris. Ripped through the right side, through for a base hit. David Harris's 3rd hit of the ball game. He's now 3 for 3 with a leadoff single for the Americans.
Now batting third baseman number 6, Cooper Rowell.
Here's Cooper Rowell. Seven hits for the Ironbacks this afternoon, 6 for the Americans. Cooper Rowell in the box. Takes a first pitch, curveball in for a strike. Harris off first. Rowell at the plate. Inside, misses, 1-1. Cooper Rowell played last summer in the Coastal Collegiate Baseball League, was an all-star in that league with the Jacksonville Stingrays. Pops that one into foul ground down the first baseline, hustling after it, but can't get there is Bryce Bedrosian. Good hustle, but just couldn't quite get there. Some really good names in these summer leagues. You know, you look at Cooper Rowell, played last summer with the Jacksonville Stingrays. Got some other guys. Justin Gladfelter played last summer for the Sunnyvale Jacks. Even in this league, you got the Amsterdam Mohawks, a baseball with a mohawk on it. We talked about that last night at Jamestown. Just such a good logo. A couple other really good names in this league. Look at the Tarp Skunks. Played against the Americans last night. Named after the people of Jamestown, who they feel model after a skunk. In the dirt, ball 3. So it'll be a 3-2 to Cooper Rowell. Dave Harris on first. Nobody out here in the bottom half of the 5th. There goes Harris inside, and it drills Rowell on the left arm. Looks like he's going to be all right. Takes off his armor. Now he's going to head down to first. So now a big at-bat for Ryan Stallone, who came into this game as a pinch hitter.
Now batting for the Americans, number 21 from Mississauga, Ontario, Ryan Stallone.
So Harris on second, Rowell on first. Stallone, pinch hit, stole a base, got on because of a walk, and advanced from a wild pitch. Takes that one up for a ball. Here's this pitch outside. Stallone follows it back behind home. Out of play. Now 1-1. Nobody out here in this bottom half of the 5th inning. Just 6 outs left for the Ironbacks. Still 9 for the Americans. Stallone takes that one up. For a ball. It'll be 2-1. Now Ryan Stallone was ranked the number 2 prospect in Ontario in his high school graduating class. Played this past year at Crowder College in Missouri. Batted .338, had 52 hits, 11 doubles, and 6 home runs. in 49 games played. Also 13 hit by pitches. Curveball just misses inside for a ball. 3-1. Stallone, 5'11", from Mississauga, Ontario. The 3-1. Up and in, ball 4, and that loads the bases for the Americans here against the Ironbacks in the bottom half of the 5th.
Yeah, it's not been a good outing here from Corbin. No outs, gives up the hit by pitch, single, and the walk. Americans 1 hit from tying both these hits at 7, 1 hit from tying this game up. Marcotte's been in this spot before. Struck out with the bases loaded here. All you really want, put it on the ground and get one in.
Yeah, he did. Marcotte struck out with the bases loaded back in the 1st. Here he finds himself in that same situation. Corners in for the Ironbacks. Middle back, playing the double play up the middle. That one's up and in for a ball from Corpin. Corpin used to wear in the red and black. Played for the Erie Community College baseball team this past spring. But now we'll take a new home in the spring of 27 at Northwestern College. That one's taken up and away for a ball. Now behind 2-0 to Thomas Marcotte. Marcotte against Corpin. Here's the 2-0, taken inside for a ball. 3-0. So 2 players of recent college commitments. Corpin on the mound recently to Northwestern College for next season, and Thomas Marcotte at the dish, recently committed to Rhode Island College. Here's the 3-0. Marcotte, no green light, takes it for a strike. 3-1.
Even if he had the green light, I'm not sure if he thought that was a strike.
Tilted his head a little bit. Here's the 3-1. That one's a ball. It's an RBI walk for Thomas Marcotte. Back-to-back walks for the Americans as they tie it up 5-5 here in the bottom of the 5th.
Now batting for the Americans, second baseman number 24, Miguel Salcedo.
So some action happening in the Niagara bullpen. It's Nick Hayes from Tiffin University, Medina, Ohio. Richard Griffin stepping out of the dugout as Cutler goes out there to talk with his pitcher. Could be doing the old school mound visit, then maybe take him out a couple minutes after, a couple seconds after, or it looks like they're going to leave him in there. Doing everything they can to get Hayes warm quickly. Looks like Corpin will face Salcedo in this at-bat. Salcedo digs in after a strong year at Alpena Community College. Pops that one up into shallow right field. Chasing after it, Medor. He hauls it in at the second base position. Then Rowell's got to stay put at third.
I don't think so. You wanted something better there from Salcedo. This guy's really been struggling to throw strikes, and you let him get away with it.
Now batting the DH number 33, Ryotaro Moncada.
So Salcedo pops up, kind of the only thing other than a strikeout you can't do if you're at the plate with the bases loaded and nobody out. Pop up or strike out. Even a double play probably would have gotten the job done to score a run. Here's the first pitch to Munakata, taken for a strike. Hitting's a lot harder than it may seem when we're talking about it. Here's the pitch. Munakata drives that one into left center. It's going to fall for a base hit. Rowell scores. Here comes Stallone, and it's a 2-run go-ahead single from Ryotaro Munakata. And the Americans lead 7-5 here in the bottom of the 5th.
How about Ryotaro? Really nervous coming into this bat. He struck out twice, including with runners at first and second. Just finds a piece he wants to hit, lines it right into left center, scores 2, gives them the lead. You got to love it. And the bench loves it as well.
Yeah, you can tell how much they love Munakata. Just an awesome base hit right there for the freshman. So here's Jackson Bauer, a big hit last inning. He pops this one up into shallow right. Drifting back is Medora once again. He'll put it out. So 2 outs in the inning.
2 pop-outs, 2 pitches, but you do get the lead back. That was what we needed. Just sandwiched between a couple pop-outs.
Yeah, the Americans now lead 7-5.
In for the Americans, the catcher, number 34, C.J. Snows.
Here's the pitch to Snuz. Cut on and missed. For strike 1. Snuz kind of struggled at the plate here so far for the Americans. Bounces that one down the third baseline, foul. 3 strikeouts last night against Jamestown. 1 today as well. Also a walk today. So getting on base. Last inning. Snuz takes that one down and away for a ball. Looming on deck is Anthony Savino, who had a base hit in his last at-bat. Seems to crush the ball against the Ironbacks. Had 2 hits in the season opener against Niagara in St. Catharines. Here's the pitch from Snuz. Popped up in the infield, gonna drift. Stay in play, it looks like it, and hauled in by Kieran Cutler. But not before. The Americans score 3 runs on 2 hits. No errors, and 2 men left on base. The Americans now lead 7-5 after a big 2-run single by Ryotaro Munakata. We'll be back for the top of the 6th here on the American Sports Network.
The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank McDonald's for being a sponsor of the team this year. With an extensive menu of well-known favorites, McDonald's is famous for its convenience. Especially during a long baseball season, McDonald's is the perfect place to grab a quick bite to eat and get right back to the ballpark. So head to your nearest McDonald's and enjoy all the classics. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank Coca-Cola for their support this season. Known for its refreshing bubbles and iconic flavor, Coca-Cola is the world's best-selling carbonated soft drink. Snag a Coke right here at the Sal Magley Stadium concession stand and make your game day even sweeter. A special thank you to Tropical Heating and Cooling for sponsoring the Americans this season. Locally owned and operated, Tropical Heating and Cooling provides expert installation, repair, and maintenance for home heating, cooling, and air quality systems. Call 716-870-0753 or head to tropicalheating.net to submit a service request and knock your heating and cooling needs out of the park. The Niagara Falls Americans appreciate the ongoing support of Blaze Brockway Contracting. Family owned and operated for over 15 years, Blaze Brockway Contracting specializes in all aspects of remodeling and renovation. Call 607-259-7607 for all of your construction and home improvement needs.
Back here at Sal Magley Stadium. Tyler Foxcroft back out there for the Americans. Americans have scored 3 runs in their last 2 innings each. So now lead 7-5 after a big 2-run single to break open the tie against Ryotaro Munakata. Getting his 2 RBI single. Rowell and Stallone both scored on the play. So Caleb Locatelli will lead things off for the Ironbacks. That one's called strike on the outside corner. Foxcroft working quickly, fires that one on the outside corner for a ball. Locatelli, 0 for 2 today, flew out to right. Grounded out to third. Foxcroft overthrows a little bit on that one, misses outside. So it'll be a 2-1 from Foxcroft. Popped out of play into the stands. So now it'll be a 2-2. The pitch just misses on the slider up. The 2-2 misses up and in. So it's a leadoff walk, known as a killer for a pitcher. And Locatelli reaches. It is all Foxcroft. Locatelli on first. Here's Bryce Bedrosian. First pitch cut on and missed. Good pitch from Foxcroft. Foxcroft, kind of a crafty right-handed arm. Not overpowering with speed, but finds a way to get it by these guys. Here's the 0-1. Inside, popped up in the infield. It's going to stay in play. Rowell's under it from third. And he makes the catch for the Americans. First out of the inning. So here's the pinch hitter for the Ironbacks. Here's Anderson Fenwick, also from Mississauga, Ontario. Pinch hitting. Here's the 1-0 to Fenwick. That's ripped down the right field line, but foul. Pinch hitting for Grayson Doctor in the extra hitter position is Haas Fenwick. So it'll be a 1-1 from Foxcroft. That one misses up. Now it'll be a 2-1. One out in the inning. Americans looking for a ground ball. One pitch away is Foxcroft. That's popped up in the infield once again on the left side. Rowell calls off Savino. Fading in the wind. He grabs it. Now 2 outs in the inning.
Harder than it looks. There's another pop fly to Rowell. Round number 2.
So Fenwick pops out to Rowell. Here's another pinch hitter for the Ironbacks. It's Jordan Gallo for Franklin Griffin. Gallo, a regular player for this Ironbacks team, not starting in game 2. Takes ball 1 right there. Foxcroft comes set with 2 outs. The 1-0 misses outside. In game 1 of the doubleheader, Gallo hit a solo shot and had a single as well. So it was 2 for 4 on the day. Now in here, looking for a chance to extend the inning. Takes that one on the outside corner for a strike. Now it's 2-1 against Jordan Gallo. Foxcroft still on the mound here for the Americans. Nobody warming. His game to finish. Just misses on the outside corner right there from Foxcroft. Didn't like the call. Steps back on the mound. Takes a breather. Now back on the rubber. 3-1. Gallo pinch hitting for Griffin. Here's the 3-1 inside. Called. Ball 4. Back-to-back runners reach. So it's first and second here from 2 walks. So here's another pinch hitter, Michael Grigas. 3-hitter in game 1, kind of the kryptonite for this Americans team. Nolan Felon started the game in this spot. Will Majaras came in to pinch run in the 5th. Last inning, that one's chopped up the middle, fielded by Salcido. Flips to second and gets the runner in time in Jordan Gallo to end the inning. So no runs on no hits, no errors.
No runs on no hits and 2 runners left on base. After 5.5, it's 7.
2 runners left on base. At the end of 5.5 innings, the Americans lead the Ironbacks 7-5 here at Sal Maglie Stadium.
The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank TLC Pet Food for their continued support. Specializing in nutrient-dense recipes, TLC Pet Food offers dog and cat food with fresh ingredients and added probiotics. Find the whole life dog and cat formulas for your furry friend at tlcpetfood.com. The Americans would like to thank Salino Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric for their continuous support. Salino Plumbing's licensed Buffalo professionals strive for same-day service with fully stocked vehicles to reduce wait times. Whether it's emergency plumbing, mainline repairs, or anything in between, call 716-202-9665 for all your plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical needs today. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank Bully Hill Vineyards for their support all season long. On the south end of gorgeous Keuka Lake, you can taste over 40 wines and enjoy food at a family-friendly winery open 7 days a week. Visit bullyhillvineyards.com to learn more about what they have to offer. A special thank you to Tropical Heating and Cooling for sponsoring the Americans this season. Locally owned and operated, Tropical Heating and Cooling provides expert installation, repair, and maintenance for home heating, cooling, and air quality systems. Call 716-870-0753 or head to tropicalheating.net to submit a service request and knock your heating and cooling needs out of the park.
So the Americans will have the top of the order coming up here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Anthony Savino.
The Americans, the pride of Sycamore, New York, and Thomas Jefferson University. Actually, I apologize. Pride of Niagara Falls, New York, and Frostburg State University. Number 22, Anthony Savino.
So Savino digs in after a base hit in the 4th. 1 for 3 today.
Okay. Thanks. See you guys.
Playing shortstop.
Okay. See ya. See you next time, eh? All right. Okay. See ya.
Hey, man, nice meeting you.
Hey, see you next
Get
time.
home safe.
Nobody out. Here's the first pitch to Savino. Called strike 1. So a new pitcher for the Ironbacks.
24.
It's Nick Hayes from Medina, Ohio. Misses that one in the turf
Now on the bump
for
the
ball
Ironbacks,
1.
Number 24, Nick Hayes.
Here's the 1-1 to Savino. Fastball hit down the right field line, but foul. So it'll be a 1-2 to Savino.
Hey, we'd like to recognize Sydney's mom. Thanks for coming out for the game.
You think you will? I put it in. What?
It's the 1-2 to Savino. Called strike 3. A fastball on the outside corner. Savino down on strikes.
Yeah, he knew it as halfway out of the box before the ump even called it.
Now batting the center fielder, number 23, Vincent Favana.
Here's Vincent Favada. He's 1 for 2 with a solo shot and a pop out to the first baseman. First pitch to Favada, cut on and missed. So in what looked like complete domination in Game 1, the Ironbacks took it 15-3. That's how baseball works. The Americans come back, are up 7-5 here in Game 2 and are 3 outs away from winning. Favada takes strike 2 on the outside corner. Baseball like no other sport. Football, you got to wait a whole week to play. Baseball, you can snap your fingers and start a new game 30 minutes later. That one's taken inside in the dirt for ball 1. Not really like basketball either. We've seen the NBA finals going on. They got to take a day off in between. Nothing like baseball. Here's the 1-2. Chop to third. Fielded by Sertz. Throws across the diamond. Gets Favada by about a half a step. Sursta across the diamond, a close play. And Favada, good hustle, but just thrown out.
Super close play there. Favada just got in. Seemed pretty routine. Sursta made it take a little bit long, but got the out.
So the Americans came into today 1-4, now 1-5 with the game 1 loss. The Ironbacks came into today 2-3, now 3-3 with the game 1 win. So here's Dave Harris. He's 3 for 3 with 3 singles on the day. The left-hander from Clarkson University. Really good engineering school up in Potsdam, New York. Harris ahead 1-0. Rips that one. Kept in front by Mador. And he throws it away at first. Harris stops right at first. So Harris reaches on the E4 from Mador. And Harris reaches for the 4th time today.
It's a tough play from Mador. Harris was racing down that line, threw it away. Harris will reach safely again.
Here's Cooper Rowell. Was hit by a pitch his last time up, last inning. Harris hit that one pretty well right at Mador. Got out of the box quick, a good hard 90. Pick off the first, Harris back in time. .80 degrees right now in Niagara Falls. Heat advisory until 8 p.m. tonight.
It's a shame the better of the 2 games is with eventually no fans, Tom.
Yeah, not too many people in the ballpark for game number 2. A lot of people here earlier. Education Day. Pick off to first, and it's a balk. As Harris now will move to second. Nick Hayes slipping off the mound a little bit. Couldn't even get the throw out to first. So now Harrison scoring position for Cooper Rowell. Rowell looking for his first hit of the ball game. 7 hits for both clubs so far this afternoon in this one. Fastball inside corner called for a strike. 1-1.
Rowell looking to give another insurance run here. Lead is 2, but another one doesn't hurt.
Pitch to Rowell taken outside for a ball. 2-1. 2 outs in the inning. Nobody warming in the Americans bullpen, so it looks like it's going to be Tyler Foxcroft to close this one out. Here's the pitch from Rowell. Fouled. Straight back, right on it. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A 2-run lead for the Americans, 7-5 here in the bottom of the 6th. Nick Hayes on the mound for the Ironbacks. Pitch to Rowell. Outside, fouled back to the screen. It'll stay 2-2.
Just got a piece of that one on that slider outside.
Yeah, good spot from Hayes. Current pitcher at Tiffin University, a Division II school in Tiffin, Ohio. Rowell in the box. Pitch from Hayes, outside corner, strike 3, swinging. And Rowell down on strikes to end the bottom half of the 6th.
Bottom half of the 6th, the Americans scored no runs on no hits and 1 error with 1 runner left on base. And now after...
So no runs, no hits. one error and one man left on base. The Americans have a 7-5 lead and are looking to close this one out here in the top half of the 7th to force a split in the Education Day game doubleheader.
The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank Coca-Cola for their support this season. Known for its refreshing bubbles and iconic flavor, Coca-Cola is the world's best-selling carbonated soft drink. Snag a Coke right here at the Sal Magley Stadium concession stand and make your game day even sweeter. A special thank you to Tropical Heating and Cooling for sponsoring the Americans this season. Locally owned and operated, Tropical Heating and Cooling provides expert installation, repair, and maintenance for home heating, cooling, and air quality systems. Call 716-870-0753 or head to tropicalheating.net to submit a service request and knock your heating and cooling needs out of the park. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank Bully Hill Vineyards for their support all season long. On the south end of gorgeous Keuka Lake, you can taste over 40 wines and enjoy food at a family-friendly winery open 7 days a week. Visit bullyhillvineyards.com to learn more about what they have to offer.
So it's the top of the 7th. The Americans looking to close out.
Americans would like to thank
win and force a split in the doubleheader. So it'll be 10-1-2 for the Ironbacks. Devin Medore, London Pratchett, and Peyton Panazzo. Panazzo 2 for 3 on the day in the 2-hole. Pratchett 1 for 2, and Medore 0 for 1. A walk and a strikeout. Swings on and misses there.
Torrey had that triple in the 3rd as well.
That one's fouled down the right field line. Yeah, Medore had a big triple in the 3rd inning. Now down 0-2 to start the top of the 7th. Flown out to shallow right. Coming on is Harris. He calls everybody off and hauls it in for the first out of the inning.
David Harris been everywhere today. Calls off Marcotte. Salcedo, huge out number 1.
So back to the top in London Pratchett. London Pratchett in the box. Takes strike number 1 on the outside corner. Good job by Foxcroft again. A lot of first pitch strikes today for the incoming freshman at Doane University.
Yeah, he was struggling with leadoff walks earlier in this game. Certainly not now.
Misses that one. For a ball. That one's chopped to second, fielded by Salcedo, thrown on to first. And there's 2 outs for Tyler Foxcroft and the Niagara Falls Americans.
Stepping in, the shortstop number 1, Peyton Panazzo.
So the Americans 1 out away from forcing a split in the doubleheader. All comes down to Peyton Panazzo, who's really tormented the Americans so far in their 3 matchups. Ripped on the right side, stopped by Thomas Marcotte. Hustles over and touches first. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of a victory. The Americans get it done this afternoon, winning 7-5 and forcing the split of a doubleheader against the Niagara Ironbacks.
They were just able to keep up with the Ironbacks. You can see 7-7 on hits and came in spurts. You can see for the Ironbacks 1st, 3rd, and 5th. And then it was just those middle innings, which honestly the Americans have really struggled with the 3rd, 4th, and the 5th. You see that big 3, and it comes from the game-winning hit from Ryotaro Munakata, who hadn't had an RBI this year and drives in 2 on a single. Huge win here for the Americans. Move themselves to 2-5. Another win at home. Going to make it 3-5. They play Newark tomorrow.
Yeah, the Americans Moved to 2-5, and the Ironbacks fall to 3-4 on the season. After moving to 500 in Game 1, the Americans push them back down to 3-4. So a huge win for Niagara Falls over Niagara, Canada.
Yeah, we were just kind of curious, like, if this team could keep up with the Ironbacks, and it shows they can. I mean, similar to the first game we played in Canada, they just out-hit us and hit well off our pitchers, but when the Americans can sort of figure out their pitching, whether it's Foxcroft, Burden, was able to handle it for the most part, and then just David Harris, Munakata, and then a home run from Favada, didn't mean to rhyme, helps you get a huge win here against your enemy to the west.
Yeah, they were down early, 1-0 after the first, and managed to come back against the Ironbacks. So now 1-2 in the season series against the Ironbacks. You look at your MVP of the game. It's going to be David Harris. 3 hits on the day for Harris. Close second, though, Vincent Favada, the first home run, long ball of the season for the Americans. The only team before today without a home run in the entire PGCBL. That changed after a third inning long ball from Vincent Favada. A little scare, though, pinch hitting for Derek Jesmondi. Matt Gancho also wearing a ball in the first game. We'll have to check on those two, see the status of them for the rest of the week. But nonetheless, a big Game 2, 7-5 win for the Americans.
Absolutely. You pick up one, and you have two opponents that pretty confident in. Buffalo Diesel, obviously a non-PGCBL team in Newark, still looking for their first win. So, trying to count their chickens before their hats, but two games that the Americans will be pretty confident in over the next few days.
Absolutely, especially after the Game 1 performance today. You know, you look at that game, an excruciating loss, especially just in 6 innings, 7-inning doubleheader game, and it ends early still because of a 15-3 loss. But the Americans get it done in the second game and force a split, which is all you can ask for after a first game loss.
They really didn't let it get to them, and they were able to really persevere. I mean, down 3-1, up 4-5, you're up 4-3, then you're down 5-4. Just able to keep rallying against this tough Ironback team. Falls to 3-4.
So looking at the box score, the Americans 7 runs, the Ironbacks 5. 7 hits for both ball clubs. 1 error just on the Ironback side. No errors for the Americans. And the Americans prevail in Game 2. We say thanks so much for spending part of your Thursday afternoon and morning with us here on the American Sports Network. I'm Tom Ruck alongside Ethan Duncan. The Niagara Ironbacks win Game 1 of the doubleheader 15-3. And the Niagara Falls Americans win Game 2 of the doubleheader, forcing a split 7-5 here at Sal Magley Stadium on Education Day. We say thanks so much for spending part of your Thursday afternoon with us. I'm Tom Ruck, and Ethan Duncan